So 30 minutes. 30 minutes every single day is all you really need to build a strong EB-1A profile, assuming you are already able to claim a strong anchor criterion like leading or critical role or original contributions, assuming you already have one or two things that on their own show that you've risen to the top of your field. If you have that, profile building should not take more than 30 minutes every single day. So 30 minutes. What should you be doing in these 30 minutes to build a strong profile? Well, you have to first understand what a strong profile looks like for your field, and you can do this by either talking to EB-1A recipients in your field, or if not, you can actually just go and talk to top professionals in your field, or look at their profiles, see what they've done, see what kinds of opportunities they have gotten involved with, and how you can work towards those opportunities. Now, if you are also a top professional and you're making that claim by having a strong anchor criterion that you have risen to the top of your field already, and now you just need to build a body of proof that shows that you have risen to the top of your field, and also to meet the other criteria outside of the two anchor criteria, you should also be able to land these opportunities too. It should just be a matter of outreach, a matter of applying for conference speaking opportunities for member organizations. That's where profile building comes into play, and that is what you should be doing. All of that should really just take 30 minutes to an hour. Of course, if you work on research, things might take longer, but on average, you don't need to be spending hours of your time every single day to work on the other criteria, assuming you already have an anchor criterion. So first understand what other top professionals in your field are actually doing. That is fundamental to building a strong profile. So you need to understand what they're doing. Because if you don't, you're just probably going to end up falling into the trap that other people, a lot of profile builders fall into, which is, I just need to do a ton of activities. Doesn't matter what they are, and I'm just going to throw everything at USCIS and see what sticks. So they end up with this giant laundry list of activities in different countries. They got published in this country, they got a conference speaking opportunity in that country, but nothing really combined together helps reinforce the claim that they've risen to the top of their field. Because think about it. Let's say you're an officer, and you have two profiles. One person has spoken at 3 very prestigious conferences in their field versus someone who's spoken at 30, just generally well known, but not the very top conferences in their field. And they're both in the same field, let's say. Which profile would you think is stronger? The person who's spoken at the top conferences in their field, just a couple, versus the person who's spoken at 30 just generally well-known conferences. That is what you should be thinking about when profile building. If you already have a strong anchor criterion, you don't need a ton of activities. You just need a couple of top opportunities, prestigious opportunities that show you are sharing your expertise alongside other top professionals in your field. And that is why I'm making the claim now that it only takes 30 minutes. If you're a top professional, it's just a matter of doing, say, outreach and just applying for these opportunities. That is what you should be doing. That should be the extent of your profile building. Don't just take any opportunity that comes your way and instead focus on getting, say, 3 prestigious opportunities. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do any activities at all that have nothing to do with these 3 opportunities, but you should be doing stepping stone activities. These are activities that will help you work towards getting these prestigious opportunities. You should still be doing activities that are not these prestigious opportunities, but only in the sense that you're trying to work towards creating the connections that will get you introductions to some of these top opportunities, showing your expertise at related conferences to these top opportunities, doing things that are focused on these 3 prestigious opportunities instead of doing, say, 20 random activities every week without regard for some of the very top conferences in your field, without regard for some of the very top publications in your field. These are the opportunities that matter, not 20 to 30 laundry list activities. So that's why profile building, assuming you already have a strong anchor criterion, should not take more than 30 minutes to an hour of your day. It should just be about working towards a couple of prestigious opportunities instead of a large list of activities, because a large list of decent activities is not going to pack as powerful of a punch as, say, speaking at 3 top conferences in your field, and the very top conferences, or getting published in 2 top publications in your field and getting to speak at 1 top conference in your field. And these prestigious opportunities can also help reinforce your profile in ways that you may have never expected. So recently I spoke to someone who did manage to speak at a very top conference last year. And in that top conference, he managed to talk about his research. And by talking about his research, he managed to then land strong references from people who lead divisions at top US companies, who are now able to provide independent references for him because they are now using his research in their work. That's one thing you can get from very top opportunities, because you're speaking alongside some of the very top professionals in your field. You may not be able to get the same opportunities by speaking at just a generally well-known conference, but not one of the very top in your field, because top professionals tend to gravitate towards conferences involving other very top professionals in the field. Something else you can also show at a prestigious conference or for a prestigious opportunity is evidence that you're being compared to other top professionals, very top professionals in your field, and that you're being measured alongside them, shown to be comparable to them. That is evidence you probably won't be able to collect from just, say, a generally well-known opportunity. And thirdly, you can also showcase your expertise in front of the very top professionals in your field, which could lead to even more prestigious profile building opportunities. So that's why profile building should only take 30 minutes to an hour every single day, and that you should be using that time not to do a bunch of activities. It doesn't matter how many hours you spend. It's more about, it's perfectly doable to get a couple of prestigious opportunities in your field with just 30 minutes to an hour every single day spent on profile building. Of course, you can spend more time, but for most people, they probably only have 30 minutes to an hour every single day to spend on profile building. So if you are going to spend 30 minutes to an hour on profile building, which is already a decent amount of time to spend on profile building, focus on prestigious opportunities that highlight your anchor criterion, not on a giant laundry list of activities that might even take more time to do than, say, working towards 3 prestigious opportunities in your field.